It's time to talk about our favorite Kotaku urinalist, ladies and gentlemen. You guys already know how it goes. Interesting post that was made today that I felt like we should talk about because it's pretty damn hilarious, honestly. It's almost to the point of like cope, right? Like it's definitely cope because I feel as if you either have to be disingenuous or you genuinely have to think in your mind that everything you're doing is innocent, right? You have to think in your mind that everything you're doing is it's not bad. You know, I don't believe that. I feel like this person is smart enough to understand and know that what she has been doing is definitely combative. It is 100% going to draw certain kinds of attention. And I feel like she was asking for that too. She put out posts talking about how people should and could message her family that they don't have social media, which doesn't make sense. Like, why would you say message your family and then they don't have social media? But that's neither here nor there. So let's check out the tweet that she put. Again, shout out to Leon from Word to Paradise doing the screenshot. I appreciate you. She said, quick thing, doxing is not reaching out to someone's significant other and sending a polite message. Okay. Polite, sure. Doxing is posting someone's home address. Thanks. Now, here's what I got to say about that, okay? Now, if you want to talk about obvious terms and their definitions, of course. Doxing is, in fact, posting someone's address and information to the internet without their consent. Yes, you did get doxed 100%. And we disavowed it. We did not condone it on the stream, last stream, and every stream before that. But let's not pretend that you reached out to Smash JT's wife to speak in a polite manner. Nobody goes to someone's wife to go play tattletale in a polite manner. That's not what you were trying to do. You were actively trying to reach out to his wife in the hopes that you can ruin their relationship. You weren't trying to reach out to his wife to schedule a fucking tea date. You know what I mean? Like you're not reaching out to someone's wife who you ideologically disagree with in the hopes that you can talk about what Tupperware. Like that's not what you're doing. Like you're reaching out to him in the hopes to harm his relationship, to harm him in some manner. It may not have been a physical manner, but you're trying to reach out to his wife in the hopes that he would get in some sort of trouble or something along the lines, as if a grown ass fucking man, right? Like, I don't know how old Smash JT is. I believe he's older, but not like, you know, we're not talking Joe Biden old, but he's older. He's like maybe 40s or something. I don't know, something like that. But let's not pretend a grown-ass man on YouTube who is married as if his wife doesn't know what the fuck he's doing on YouTube. Let's not pretend as if that's not a thing. All right? So you're trying to reach out to his wife to try to do tattletale as if he's hiding what he's doing on YouTube. You really think he's hiding what he's doing on YouTube? Seriously? Oh, he's 45? Okay, I was close. Like, come on, man. You think a 45-year-old man and his wife doesn't know what the fuck he's doing on YouTube? Are you kidding me? Especially when he's been doing YouTube for a while, apparently. Like you must know. You must know that, right? So you went out and you reached out to his wife with ill intentions. You absolutely did. Let's not pretend as if you did not. Nobody reaches out to someone's wife in good faith when you are in this situation. Nobody does that, right? Nobody at all. That's like me. Like, imagine if I fucking reached out to Ryan Rogers Athays if he was married. Imagine if I reached out to his wife and was like, hey, do you know your husband is a racist online? Like, obviously, he's not racist. That would be defamatory. And number two, he's not married, so it doesn't matter. But still, you get my point. Like, it's stupid. It's absolutely stupid. Why are you trying to play tattletale online, right? The only reason why you're doing it is to try to harm him. So then she ended up saying this. This is interesting. Again, she's trying to phrase all of this in the manner of like, oh, you know, I'm innocent. What I did was polite. What I did was allowed. What I did was justified. Whatever, right? Bullshit. So she says, continuously making content in which you denigrate me, repeatedly DMing me, misgendering my coworkers, photoshopping my face covered in blood, implying we are dating and having sex, executing me in VR, saying I have herpes, and trying to get my place of business closed is harassment. A polite DM is not. Okay. Okay. So you're going to hit us with all that. All right. So I don't know about you guys. Maybe you guys can jog my memory. But I specifically remember that there was a time in which there was someone who was having an altercation with Alyssa Mercante and feeling as if he was misrepresented. And he was. And after feeling like he was misrepresented, somebody said something along the lines of, you don't get to decide how I represent you. So if hold on, if nobody gets to decide how Alyssa Mercante represents someone, then why is she allowed to decide how people represent her? You get what I'm saying? Like, why do you get to decide how we represent you? You guys are trying to remind me it's farm folks. I know it's farm folks. I'm being sarcastic, but I appreciate it. The hypocrisy is staggering, right? It's double standards to the max, and it's to be expected from somebody who has been displaying double standards since its entire thing started. You don't get to tell people how to represent you when you yourself told everybody else that they don't get to see how you represent them. That doesn't work that way, right? That's a complete double standard. So if people continuously make content about you, well, that's your fault. I mean, you're making headlines, right? Which great for you. You're famous, I guess. But people are going to make content on you because you are doing things to purposely agitate people. It is not going to be a shocking thing if YouTubers make content about what you are doing, right? You are a public figure. You are a journalist. You work for a journalistic company. If that's even what you want to call Kotaku in the first place, I don't consider them to be journalism. But again, if you want to be specifics, that's what they are. Repeatedly DMing you. I don't know if they actually DM'd you. If they did, whatever, depending on the context of which you're DMing you, maybe they wanted to have a conversation with you. Maybe they wanted to host you on the channel. That's different. If they're harassing you in DMs, obviously that's stupid. But I've never DM'd her, so I don't really know what that has to do with anything. Misgendering my coworkers. Well, maybe they should try to look, actually passing and perhaps not be so obviously male while wearing a wig. That's kind of their fault. Photoshopping my face covered in blood. I mean, to be honest, there has been public figures photoshopped in many different ways, and none of it's illegal. You could talk to basically any politician. I'm pretty sure all of them have been photoshopped to some extent. This is like you're arguing about something that this has been happening on the internet for fucking decades. Like, I don't know why we are trying to make this as if it's a new thing that's specifically targeting Alyssa Mercante. But I mean, again, we got to run with the victim train here, right? Implying that we are dating and having sex. Again, I don't know who implied that. I don't know who would want to imply that, considering that the body count is extremely high. But again, whatever, whoever's implying that, more power to them. That's not me. Executing me in VR. Again, we talked about that YouTuber. It's a very cringe game, in my opinion. Obviously, it's like edgelord shit. And it's something that's existed on the internet since the dawn of time. So again, I don't understand the reference here. Saying I have herpes. Well, I mean, listen, you called people ugly. You've called people fat. You've called people stinky. You've called people many different names. You've implied that they are, whatever fucking, what is the word? Chuds or whatever, right? So why is it that you can call them names and you can say that they have certain things, but if somebody says you have the herpes, that's all of a sudden a problem? Again, it's the double standard. You call people crusty, you call them smelly, but if somebody says you have a couple of bumps on your ass, then all of a sudden you want to get offended. Miss me with that bullshit. Miss me with that nonsense. Stop with the double standard. That shit is not funny. It's not funny. Like, there are so many different tweets of you doing the exact thing that you are complaining about being done to you. This is why we are in this situation to begin with, right? And then she says, and trying to get my place of business closed is harassment. Trying to get your place of business closed is harassment. Harassment to you. To you? To who? Who is that harassment to? Because last I checked, you can't harass a company, right? Like a public company like Kotaku, yeah, they have enemies. People are going to want to close them down. That's going to be a thing. It's not harassment to want your company closed down. It's got nothing to do with you. I mean, it does to an extent, but you are just a virus that is in an overall system that is terrible, and that's Kotaku. So people wanting Kotaku shut down, yeah, that's nothing. That's not harassment, right? I'm almost positive that people like this, like Alyssa Mercante, I don't even have to go through her history to probably be correct on this. Now, again, this is my opinion, but I'm going to throw out a limb and say that she has probably advocated for the cancellation of someone at some point at any given time. I would almost argue that that is true. If somebody could find me evidence of such, I will obviously post it, but I don't even have to really look to know that that's probably true when it comes to somebody like this. Guys, make sure to like the stream. We're trying to fight this bullshit that's happening with YouTube's algorithm right now. I don't know what's going on. But I don't have to do that, right? It's very obvious that this is what you advocate for, right? This is what you like, this is what you do. And you do all of that victim running, and then you say at the end, a polite DM is not. Yes, it is. A DM that has to do with someone who wasn't even in the picture is absolutely harassment.